Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy Nate here, coming to you today to help give you some tips on how to create your videos for the GFW. Now, if you're not in the Grown Folks Wrestling League, this kind of acts the exact same way for any videos, any content that you would want to create. This is just kind of basic overview of how to do that. So, the very first thing that you will need to do, of course, is have your Twitch set up. I also have a YouTube page set up. If you type in exclamation mark how Twitch into the chat, you can be thrown to a forum post that we've created that shows you how to set up your Twitch. It's free. How to set up your YouTube, which is free. How to connect your Twitch with your YouTube so that you can export videos to YouTube. Twitch does not keep your videos forever. They only keep them for 14 days. YouTube keeps them forever, and so I always stream with Twitch just because it's a little bit more stable and reliable on my end, and then I export to YouTube so that they're there forever. I'm going to kind of walk you through how to create your entrance videos and how to do your entire match videos that you need to do. So first thing, how Twitch, go look at that thread, make sure that you have your Twitch, which is free on your PlayStation, and your YouTube set up. If you use just YouTube, you just have to take a different step. There's some websites that I've shared on the Grown Folks thread that shows you exactly websites that you can get and download YouTube videos, but Twitch just makes it super easy. You're going to need some kind of video creating software. If you have a Mac, iMovie is easy and it comes free. Hit4Film is another one that I use that is free. It comes Mac or PC, or if you have a PC, I've given some links to some other free video creator websites and software that's out there that you guys can use. Again, I'm just going to give you the super basics, and the more you learn on your own, the deeper that you can get into this. You can find all of these links on the thread that I've shared in the Grown Folks New Wrestler thread. It's just some tips and some tricks. I'm going to walk you through the process. So go to your Twitch website, come to your video manager. Of course, first you need to connect. So you need to stream your video. You need to watch your match, stream it. Here's the match that I had last night. I don't want to show it because I won't give any spoilers, but that's my match. I streamed it. It's archived. It's here on my Twitch. Then I went back and I streamed all of my different wrestler entrances that I need to do. Again, the way I do it, you don't have to do it this way, is I always stream the entrance that I want to cut out and I want to save as the first wrestler. So here you'll see Aiden Steele, and then Azrael, and then Cactus, and then Captain Alex as the first wrestler in each of these, because that is the entrance that I want. The main reason is because the second guy, when he comes into the ring, it always shows the first guy in the background, and I just don't like that look. So I always like to have an entrance that you can just create, save it on Dropbox, and now every time you have a match, if you're not creating the video, you just send the link for the entrance to the guy that you is creating the video, and it's already done. He doesn't have to worry about it, and you don't have to re-record these. This entrances should be a one-time thing unless you change your music, you change your moves, your video. If you change anything, the look, the attire, anything, you have to reshoot your entrance. But if it stays the same and you like it and you're not going to change it, then just film it once, edit it once, put it on Dropbox, and then you're done. So for Cactus, he has a couple of different attires. I may make a couple of different videos, save them all on Dropbox, and just have them so that when I recreate my matches, I don't have to recreate that entrance. I just download it and it's done. Twitch makes this so easy. You just come here to more. This is actually how you export. So let me walk you through that step. It is on that other thread, but edit info. You enter all the information that you want, title, game, description, tags. So I edit the video first. As you can see, all of these have been edited down here. I kind of do those every couple of days. Then after you've edited and it saves, you go to export. If you've got your YouTube connected here, it's going to export to your YouTube. All of this auto populates for the edited info that you had already saved. It's there and it's ready to go for you. So that's how you can export to YouTube, but we just want to download. So you're going to come here to download. It's going to take a few minutes. It usually takes 3 to 4 minutes, and then it automatically starts to download, or it'll pop up saying click here to download. Mine automatically saves to, or you can see it automatically started there. So mine automatically saves here to my downloads file. And you can see it'll pop up and be ready for you. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for all of these. And then it'll save every single one of them slowly. And we'll come back to that a little bit later. But know where it sends it so that you can have it. And if you click a little preview, you can see exactly what it is. Make sure it worked, all that fun stuff. Remember, the music on the game does not stream because of different trademarks and stuff. Does not stream the music, it just streams the sounds. Make sure that you turn off the announcers. It just adds a bunch of stuff that you want it to be as clean as possible without all that extra noise in there. So the next thing that you'll need is music. If you insist on using like an already real wrestling theme, I suggest you go to YouTube, search that theme, find it, download the song as an MP3 player. Again, I've shared all the websites on how to make that happen. It's a simple plug and play. But I'd also encourage you not to do that. Be creative, push yourself out there, and find some other things. I shared this really great resource of this auto library. This is all free music, easy to download, free to use. What I like to do is that you can search all genres, or you can pick the genre that you're looking for, the type of mood that you're looking for, or all moods, even entrance and duration, all that fun stuff. So I was looking for some music this morning. This is how I found all the music for the guys that I use. Again, it makes it creative. It's just for me. It's just for my guy. It kind of makes it our own. You can sit here and listen to all of these. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear all that or not. I forgot to set up my sound to make sure that you could hear all of that. But you can listen to all of these and find the ones that really fit what you're looking for. Just make sure that you take a look at the duration so that it is long enough for it to be what you want. And then you just hit this little arrow and it downloads it. And you'll see here I've downloaded a bunch this morning, just some that I want to check out as I'm helping somebody with their entrance. Again, I don't mind helping you with your entrance, but I can't do everyone's and I can't do all of them every time you change. So you really need to learn how to do this yourself. But to get you going, if you need help, I don't mind doing that. You at least need to record the stuff and download the video and put it on Dropbox to make it easier for me. I can't go to your Twitch and download myself. You have to do that. So I now have my video. Excuse me. I now have my video. I now have the music that I want, and I'm ready to go. Again, this is iMovie. If you have a Mac, it comes on here. You basically just drag and drop all the videos that you need to use into this little box here, and then you'll drag and drop into your timeline down here, and down here is where you actually edit your video, and then this is a preview screen. I've moved away from iMovie, but I used iMovie for years and years and years because it's simple, it's easy to use, it's user-friendly, and it does what I needed it to do. I've moved away from that because I started to get creative and want to do a little extra stuff. And so Hit Film 4 Express is a free software. It's the free version of their video making software, but it does a lot of free things that I need it to do, and it goes a little bit deeper than what iMovie would do. And this is what Hit Film 4 looks like. You can see these are the videos that I've already kind of done in the past. I'm going to open a brand new one just to show you how I would go about creating your entrance if it were brand new. So this auto populates basically what you need. You really don't need to worry about that. I'm going to hit start editing. Here is what it looks like, and it may look a little confusing to you, but the more you get used to it, the more you get used to the layout. Up here is like a preview of the media that you've uploaded to edit. This is a preview of what you're actually working on, so the final product will be here. These meters here are for audio, shows you exactly how loud the audio is. This right here is your actual editing area. So videos are up top. So there's a video 1, you can add 2, 3, you can add 10, you can add 20 if you want. So you can just add, you can layer videos on top of one another to add things that aren't there. Same thing for audio. You can have several different audios on different tracks that just blend together. Here's your media. This is actually where you will upload the actual media files that you want to edit. So the raw files go here. And then we get into effects. These are just different effects that you can add to video, to audio. Transitions are the main two that I use the most, but there's a lot of stuff in here that you can really start to mess with. Controls that populates once you click on a video. So once I put a video on my timeline, I click on that video or that audio and hit controls. It gives me controls for audio. It gives me controls for uh, occupancy. It gives me controls over video, anything that I kind of want. A history button, which I really have never used. A text button. So if I want to add a text on here, this is how I would actually edit that text. So those are different things that you can really dive deep into. But I'm going to keep this super simple for you. I'm not going to get super creative. I'm going to show you how easy this really is. So I'm going to hit import media. Going to give me this little deal here. I'm going to go to my downloads folder where I'm actually finding the media that I want. This is just a preview, so we're going to do Azrael's. So I'm going to click on his, double click it. It's going to load it here, and there it's loaded. So again, this is my preview of the raw media that I'm putting here. I'm just going to drag and drop. I'm just going to drop it right here. It's going to say yes. This little button here zooms in and zooms out, and so I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger, and I'm going to drag it all the way to my start. If I can get it, there we go. So now it's all the way at the start of my timeline. Now I don't want all of this extra stuff, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to find where I want to cut it. That's too far, so it does take a minute to load. It's not a super quick, it's a big program, so it doesn't load super quick. And I'm going to cut it right here because I want that opening begin of chaos. So right there is where it starts. I'm going to hit my little razor blade tool right here. I'm going to go straight to the line where I wanted it to stop. I'm going to cut it. Hit my arrow, select the part that I want to delete, and just hit delete. And now it's gone. And I can drag this back to the start of my timeline. And if I were to hit my space bar right here at the start, so I'll move my timeline at the start, you'll see that's my new finished product. That's what I want. So I'm going to add a little effect here. Again, I'm going to go to transitions. That's what you use the most. I want a fade to color. There's a ton of other ones you can pick from. I just like fade to color. It's clean. The color is automatically set to black. I'm going to put it at the very start of my program here. Here's another little pro tip. I'm going to come to File, Save As. I'm going to save this entrance. I'm going to just put it on my desktop. Save every time you make any type of change, because sometimes programs have errors and just shut down. You don't want to lose all the work that you've put into it. Now you can't really see this transition very large. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit to make it a little bit larger. I'm going to go to the very start. Let's say I want to change the color. I just click on, you can barely see, but it is highlighted, the transition, controls, fade to color, down arrow. This little box right here is black. I can change it to white, red. I can change it to any color that I want to fade into. So let's say I pick blue. Okay, you'll see now that it's going to fade from blue. I don't like blue. I like black. It's just a good way to start the video, but some white fits really well for some, but you may want a color. Again, if you go to the very beginning, you're going to hear noise, but it's going to be black and it's going to fade in. It just has a better look. This large black area that you'll see here, I often cut that out. So I'll go where the black starts. I'll cut. If you can hear it, you can hear the crowd starts before it fades into the actual picture. So I'm going to go just a little bit back. All right, I'm going to cut again. Arrow. Here to the middle section that I don't want. Delete. Bump these two together. Come back to effects. Transition. Fade to color. Again, I just like it. It's black. I'm going to put it right there. So now it's going to fade in black. It's going to fade out black, fade back in. So fade in, fade out, back in. And now I've cut out a good 5 or 6 seconds there that was just pretty useless. Here's another pro tip: save. All right, so don't want to lose it. You'll see, though you can't hear any music, you're going to see the lights transition, and that is the start of the theme. That is where you should start your music. So you want to find that. Bam. You'll see it changed to a crowd shot. The lights started to blink. You hear the crowd change their tone. That is where the entrance started for this wrestler. So what do we need? We need music. Import, media. And I downloaded a bunch of songs, so I'm going to import all of them. Select the top one, hold down the shift key, select the bottom, select all of them, enter. I'm not going to use all of these, but there's just some different things here that I can test out. Now, I do find with this program, sometimes audio gives you a little bit of a trouble of loading. You may have to reload it once or twice to get it to actually work. There was one that I remember, this Hey Seller. The way you know that it's loaded is it shows the little green here. If it's still loading, you know it's not quite loaded just yet. So we're going to use this one since it's here, Heist. I'm going to take it and drag it to the start of my line here because that's where the entrance started. That's where I want my music to start. Now, I haven't edited anything. This is just simply raw. I'll show you what it looks like for what we've done so far. Bam, the music starts, the entrance starts. Now, you can, if you want it, you can fade. So we can go up here to audio transitions. You can fade that in by just dragging fade over to the front of this. But maybe you want that loud pop. A lot of music wrestling entrances have that loud pop, so I usually leave them pretty raw. Everything else is pretty much set. If there's any transitions that you don't like, so sometimes with the game itself it doesn't transition quite correctly, so I'll show you what I mean. As he's walking down here, you'll see there'll be a spot where the transition isn't smooth, doesn't look that good. You can leave it. If it doesn't bother you, leave it. But if it does bother you, you can edit that out. You'll see it right coming up here, right there. You seen how that transition was not smooth as the movement changed? You can edit that out. So the way you would do that is go where you want it to stop. So let's say I want it to stop right here. I'll cut it. Just the video, not the audio. I'm just cutting the video. All right. And then I'm going to go where I want it to start. Here. Right, that's where that transition is. I'll cut that. Arrow, delete what I didn't want anymore. Drag back over, bump them up. Now we got to add some kind of fade or some kind of transition there. Now I don't want to do fade to color, so I don't want it to go all the way to black, but let's just do a quick dissolve. Now this is a cross dissolve, a dither, and addictive. You can try them, find out what you want. And I'll put them over both of those clips, not just on one side or the other, but over both to where it's halfway. Put it right there in the middle. I'm going to hit save just to make sure I don't lose anything, and I'll show you, cleans up that transition a little bit. And it's still loading a lot of stuff, so it's dragging a little bit. But you'll see, it just cleans up that transition a little bit. So yeah, then you'll just let it play all the way through. Clean up any other transitions that you might not want. Now we're at the end of his entrance here, and it's going to transition to the next wrestler. I don't want the next wrestler, right? So I'm going to come where I want this to end, right here. I'm going to cut it. Arrow, delete. Now I need to cut my song because my song just keeps on going. So I'm going to come same place, razor blade, cut the song. Arrow, delete. But now this song's going to abruptly end. The video is going to abruptly end. The song's going to abruptly end. We don't want that. So come back here, fade to color. So it just kind of fades out to black. back to effects, go to your audio fade, hold it right here. I also need to put an audio fade on the audio for the video, so the crowd noise, so we'll put one there. Come back here, save, and you'll see it just flows better. Now that just fades out and it is over. This is another addition that you can do if you want. You do not have to do this. So what I like to do is come here to import, media. I can upload this video if you guys want this, but we're going to come, let me find where my stuff is. So these are some buffers that I had created last year that are for grown folks. So that's a buffer, and then you've seen these on some of our videos. We have a couple of different ones that you can kind of pick from, but we're just going to pick this one. I can upload all of these. If you want them, just tell me. I'll upload it. I'll link you, and you can download it. And I'm going to put this at the very end here. Actually, I'm just going to stick it right here for a second. I'm going to move this out of the way. Now I'm going to bump this together. Okay. Now, since I've done that, let's delete this fade. Let's delete this fade. Let's go back and put them back, but we're going to put them over both clips. So right in the middle of that one, fade to color right in the middle of this one. And so what this adds is just a little bumper at the end to wrap up the video. Again, you don't have to do this. It's just taking it a step further. Now we'll watch. Fades out. Fades into the grown folks buffer that we have here, or bumper that we have here. And then that'll fade itself out. It's already done for you. There you go. That is basically how you create an entrance. Now you can even go a step further. Well, the music's too loud. It's not realistic. So click on your audio down here. Controls. Properties. Change your level. Let's say we want to just take it down a few notches. Now let's listen to it and see. Or maybe that's a little too low. Well, we just bump it right back up. Maybe that's exactly where you want to be. Now it's a little bit more realistic. Now you can get super detailed with this. Let's say you have a logo. Now I don't have a logo for this guy, but I'm just going to upload a cactus logo that I created a couple of years ago now. We'll go here to the wrestling. Well, let's do that. Let's say you would just want to put one of these logos. It has to be a PNG, so it's a clear background. All right, so that's a clear background of our logo, and we're going to put it right above the video here. All right, so we want to start at the top here. If you do, you can see if you put your arrow to see, it's covering up the whole thing. Super easy to fix. Zoom out a little bit, all right, and see this picture I'm just clicking and dragging is now over, but it's too large. So I'm just going to hold Shift Command so that it keeps the perspective the same. Drag, make smaller. Now this is starting to get to where I can use it. What I want to do is I just want to cover up this WWE logo over here. So we're starting to get there. Again, Shift Command, make it smaller. And now I can cover up that logo right there. Again, it just adds a little something to the video. Now I want to drag it to cover the whole video, so click, hold, and drag. I'm just going to come way over here, add a little effect at the end so it fades out with everything else right there. Oh no, that's not where I want. I'm sorry. We got to keep going. I forgot to cut the video right there. So we'll go all the way to the very end. There's where I want it. Put it there at the end. Now effect to make it fade out. Save my work. Now let's show what we've got all together. We've got it all what we want. See, now that logo is covering up the WWE logo. Music's hitting. It's everything we want. And you can just watch that all the way to the end, but we'll go here to the middle and make sure this transition still looks good. it will not export that slow. Again, the program's doing a lot of stuff, and so it just looks slow. And then we'll go here to the end just to make sure this all fades together. And you can see everything fades out, fades into our bumper right there at the end. I don't like that song. Okay, great. Highlight the song, delete, come back to your media. Say we like this song. We'll just put it on here. Let's find the start of our entrance. Remember, we're looking for that first crowd shot where we know the entrance began. There we go. So we're going to, right there, that's where we want everything to start. Move the song to bump up. Hold on to the song. Control properties. Say we want to bring it down a couple of notches right there. Now let's see what we've got with this song. Hit the space bar. Exactly as before. Now we'll come here to the end. We need to cut it because it's too long. If you just hover over these lines right here, it'll pop up because it knows that that's the end of a video. It's a transition. We'll cut it right there. Arrow, delete, effects, fade out, check the end. Everything fades out. Perfect. That is a done entrance video. Come over here to export. Again, make sure you're saving throughout so you don't lose the work that you're doing on whatever program you use. Export. I don't want to export to YouTube directly. I don't want a QuickTime. I want an MP4. Make sure the width is 1280 by 720. Everything else, pretty much leave it alone. The only thing if you use this program, I should say, is move this 10 down to 8, or as close to 8 as you can. Move the 15 down to 10. It's going to just produce a little bit faster and still have good quality. Then you hit export. It's going to ask you what you want to name it. Let's go into my desktop, save, it'll pop up. It's going to take about 4 minutes or so to actually produce. Once it produces, it's going to give you a file. That file is going to look just like this, except it's going to be wherever you told it to be. It's going to be the exact file. You can, hit your space bar and view it. You can open it and view it. Make sure it actually export it the way that you want it to export. Then I suggest that you go to Dropbox. So this is going to be my work Dropbox. So I'm going to have to log out. Dropbox is free. All you need is an email. Easy to sign up for. I'll show you the one that I signed up for this kind of stuff. My computer's really slow today. I apologize for that. I'm doing a whole lot of big programs right now, so it's pretty slow. I'll log in with my wrestling Dropbox that I have. And you'll see these are my old entrances. You hit upload files, find the file that you want, it'll upload. After you've uploaded it, you click on the 3 dots. Oh, I apologize. Hit the share button. That's what you want to do. It'll bring up this. Hit copy link. It may even say create link first. So you create the link, then copy it, Command C, and that's what you can send to somebody to say, here's my entrance. It's ready to go. They can then take that link. When they click it, it's going to bring it up like this. And they can just hit download. And they can download it. And now they can use this for theirs. This is an old entrance for Captain that I used to have, so I can show you what a finalized product looks like. Again, get as creative as you want with these. This is just what I've done as I've learned these programs over time. You can hear, if you can hear the audio, I don't know if it's going to export or not. The audience is talking back, the announcers and stuff. That's why I turned that off so you don't have all of that in your video. And there you go. You can do that however you want, get as into this as you want. It may take you, 30 minutes or so to do it the first time, but after you've created that video, save that file for your whatever processor, video processor you've picked, and that file will always be there. So even if you have to redo your entrance, you open that file, replace the video portion with the new video that you recorded, edit it all back together, put in your transitions, and it's already done for you. I mean, you'll literally take 5 minutes to do everything that you need to do. It takes another 5 or 6 minutes to export. It is not as much work after you create it the very first time. And I know it may take a little longer, especially if you're brand new to video editing, but once you do it once, it's done and your entrance is done. To give you an idea of what you would do for the match, you would do the exact same thing, except for you would upload footage of both entrances. So this entrance video that we are creating right now that you're seeing processing, that file plus the entrance file of whoever you just wrestled, excuse me, my mic's giving me trouble here. You would upload both of those files. You would also upload your match file. You would cut out the beginning portions of the match file that you don't want, so the actual uploading screen. If you look on your match file, it fades into the match at the very beginning. You want to cut it right there, and then you want to cut out that whole end portion. So after the match is over, it brings up the player profile. You want to cut all that out. Cut that out. Put the two entrances before the match, make the entrances fade into each other. So it's the one entrance fades into another entrance, fades into the match fades out to black. Export that whole video. It's a bigger video. It's probably going to be around 15 to 25 minutes. Export that video and then upload that video to YouTube and you're done. Here's another pro tip that I've shared in the video. So this is finished, so I can now show you. That file is here on my desktop. So we're going to come here to my desktop, and here it is. We'll hit spacebar to preview. And there you go. Got our Grown Folks logo instead of the WrestleMania or the World Wrestling Federation photo, whatever, World Wrestling Entertainment. You'll see this transition that's coming up here is going to be better, should be better, because it's not actually processing, it's a done video. All right, we're going to go to the end here. Fade out. Perfect. It's all done. Here's a pro tip. Get Handbrake. Handbrake's a free program. It looks complicated, but don't worry about it. Open Handbrake. It's going to ask me what file. Remind later. Skip all that. This is the file that we want. We just created that file, so we're going to double click it. It's loaded. Okay. Then just hit start. Here's your file name right here. All right. It's going to put it back on your desktop. Here, we're going to go here. We're going to add compressed to the end of the file type or name. And then we hit start. It's going to do its thing. It really takes just a couple of minutes, depending on how big your video is. It may take up to 10 or 15 minutes if you have a big 30, 45-minute video that you created. But this is a short video, so it's not going to take that much time. And all this is doing is taking the video that you just created and compressing it really, really small. The reason that's nice is so when you upload it and download it or put it on YouTube or put it on Dropbox or put it anywhere, it's a much smaller file size, which means it uploads and downloads much quicker than it would if you just use the one that you created, because that's going to be a much larger file. So just a pro tip that helps. It helps with loading, helps with all that stuff. If you do a match, so let's say you've got both entrances, you've created your match that you want. you need to upload that to YouTube, not to Dropbox. I cannot do anything with it on Dropbox. To create the match show, I should say, I need it on YouTube. So handbrake's done. We can close that off. We don't need that anymore. If you look right here, it took a 102 megabyte file and put it down to 42. So it makes it much smaller, more than half there, and then you'll see the quality's still the same. It's the exact same video that you made. It's just a compressed version of it so that it's a whole lot easier to upload. Let me take you back over here for a second. This is the one that we finished a while ago. We'll come back here to edit. Again, let's say I'm doing a video for the match itself. I would just go import media. I'd have both of the entrances. Okay, so I'd upload this file, plus I'd upload my partner's file that I wrestled, and then I'd upload my match file. So, oh, I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that, guys. This is a match that I actually had last night. You'll see, oh, sorry, it's this one. This is a match that I had last night. And you'll see the whole loading screen is here. We don't want loading screen. We don't want all that stuff. We actually want the match. So we would upload that. Then we would put the two entrances. So it'll just be a group file. It'll just be video, audio, because it's not going to be all this extra stuff because we already exported that. It'll be your person's one video, audio file, and then the match. Put it all together. Follow the same steps. Export. After you've exported that file, you'll go to your YouTube page. Again, a free thing. You don't have to pay for it. It's there. Most of you guys already have one. Hit the upload button right here. Select the files that you want to upload. Let's say it's this one. Enter in the name, the description, any tags. All right. If you want to make that, keep it public and then hit publish. Super duper easy. After you've created that video, it's going to send you to it. So I am not creating a new video. I don't want to do all that right now. But I will show you. We have a playlist. And you can connect your stuff to our playlist. I'd encourage you to do that. But you can see this is our playlist of just the different videos I've had over my, eFed wrestling career. It'll give you a link. So you'll click on it. This will be your match. See, that's what you want to cut out. You want to cut out all this stuff, all this preload, invite friend, all that stuff. You just want to get it right here where it went black. And you just want the match itself. So this was just a practice match. And then you want to cut this out. So after the match is off, you want to stop it right here and cut out all this extra stuff that's going to show. This, you don't want all that stuff. It just doesn't make sense. It's not the end of the world if you leave it, but you probably should just go ahead and cut that off. All right. Go up here, copy this link, Control C, and PM me this link. You also want to PM me any role plays that you've done. I can then take that link and create a show as we've done here. So the shows will look just like this. It'll have all the role plays, photos that guys have included, and then instead of pictures, it'll be the actual video of the matches. Then after that match is over, it'll have more role plays down here, more pictures, more stories, whatever it is that you guys send me, and then the next match, and then the next match, and so on and so forth. The whole show will be read and watched just like that. So that's it for my video. I hope this has helped you a ton. It really is pretty simple. You just need to make sure that you go find all the stuff that you need. It is a little bit of work to get started. I cannot lie to you. Anytime I am creative with this and I want to get super detailed, make it a lot of fun, it is a lot of work. You got to spend some time with it. But maybe you don't start off that way. Just get your entrance going. Just get that kind of stuff set and tell stories through role plays. And then as you feel more comfortable with it, as it takes you less time, then you can start getting more and more detail. Please hit me up if you have any questions. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope it helps out a ton. I can't wait to see the kind of content that you shoot out to us. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Peace.
Shaking.